So the next step on the door is we've got to hide those cables somehow, haven't we? Well, I've never had one of these. This is the first one I've ever owned, actually. Table, proper like that. Well, we should be able to, on a piece of wood this thick, we should be able to easily saw a couple of straight lines down the middle out of there, shouldn't we? If we put this to the right size, when we lower this down to the right size, it should be possible to do, shouldn't it? I think, yeah, I think we should be able to do that. Let's mess with this. Let's play with this. Let's see if we can set it down. First of all, does it go all the way down? Ooh, I think it does. Oh, pretty much all the way down. Oh yeah, that goes a bit more, yeah. So, we bring that up. Is that too much? We'll have to experiment, go backwards and forwards a few times. But now, we should be able to just cut a line or two lines next to each other down a piece of paper, piece of wood, which is, if we aim for going halfway in, be plenty of room for a cable to hide behind, then, and it'll just look like a piece of wood, like a frame, won't it? And we'll hide. I think because we've got this and we haven't, this is our first official use of it on a job, I think we'll do it this way, you know. Yeah. Well, it looks like it might do, you know. The cover, the safety cover, doesn't allow me to get any closer. So what we'll do is we'll run it this way, and we'll turn it round and we'll run it the other way. So before we commit, what happens when it goes past there? That's going to stop it, isn't it? Is it going to stop? Oh yeah, because it wants to cut it, doesn't it? Oh, that's does that mean the guard's got to try and come out somehow? Oh, that's a little sneaky one. I can't get any closer. The safety guard won't let me get any closer. Fine. But it wants to cut through it, not cut and let it run under, is it? So I think the safety guard's in the way. Is it a faff taking the safety guard off? And the trouble is, once you've took the safety guard off, it's off then, isn't it? You never put it back, do you? Oh, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Damn. The front of it through. Let's just see what it might have been like if it would have worked. No, that would have worked, that would have. We could have cut that out. We could have hid a cable in there, couldn't we? Would have done a nice job, couldn't it? Cut another one next to it or here, then cut out the middle. So I think that would have worked. But as I'm a novice, I think on this occasion we won't take the safety thing away. No. Pity that. Pity. I've got the beast. It's a 110. Oh, this is going to be a handful. This is going to be a handful. Trying to do one with this. I've got a sneaky feeling. I'm not sure if it's working actually. Let's close it in the vise. Let's try this, see what happens. But that's even if it'll run. I'm not really sure it'll run. Let's try it. I've got a sneaky feeling last time I tried to run this thing, it didn't work. Stand back. Ooh, might be a trigger problem. Ooh. Come on. Let's spray it with contact cleaner. That cleaner we got the other day. Let's try it with that. Well, is it going to catch fire? I'm going to just... I'll leave it evaporate a bit. If I fire it now, will it either electrocute me, or I'm using electrical cleaner, it'll either electrocute me or it will catch fire. It's probably just bushes or something. It's ancient, that thing is. I don't know if any of you know the model, whatever it is. Yeah. Anyway, let's let that dry. Well, hell with waiting. I've got my snaky safety sneakers on. I've got a pair of rubber gloves. What else do you need? Right, plug it in. It's in a 110 box. That seems to be all right. It hasn't tripped. Yeah, got it. Okay to touch. No, nothing. There's the dodo. Damn. Put that on the pile of things to be stripped down and had a look at, because we haven't looked at that Tadger yet, have we? That drill and hammer that sort of caught fire on us when we were doing some rock breaking. Another one bites the dust. I mean, are you feeling brave? We could always go to Aldi and Lidl and go and find one. They're only probably 30 or 40 quid, aren't they? Do you think Debbie's in a good mood? Ooh, shall we try it? Darling, my equipment is broken, I need a new one. I'll only get a cheap one out of Aldi or Lidl, and then if it doesn't work, we can always blame Rob at Weekend Shedhead giving us a duff steer. Shall we risk? Shall we go and ask Debbie, shall we? See if we can go and buy a new piece of kit. Let's give this a bash. You should never let anything defeat you. Okay, it's got a bit of wobblyitis, but the cable will wobble, won't it? Ah, maybe this might do the trick then. Hold on, need to cure the smoke. Hey, that's going to be all right, you know. I've changed this. I've changed this for a flat disc because mainly it's thicker, so that'll chew away at it. I've had to put my glasses on because I've felt a few things coming my way. Do you know the one day that it gets warm in the UK and you all run out and buy a fan? So now you can use that fan that you bought on the one hot day and you thought, I must have a fan. So that'll blow the fumes, which is going to burn it out really, isn't it? So let's use this. We're never defeated here, never defeated. I reckon that's going to work, you know. I reckon that's going to work. that, wow, look at the, I think putting the first grinder cut in first, I think was a better idea, because it's something easier to follow. But the flat disc up there, oh, that's going to hide plenty of cable in there. It's only 2 little wires we've got to hide, isn't it? Ooh, I'm pleased about that. And we can wait until the next sunny day so we can use our fan again. We're even going to use the hole that was in the piece of wood. So we'll bolt that in there. We'll use that hole, run the bolt through it. That will pick up the wire there. It'll be inside the groove there. We'll come here, we'll cut that off. We'll make a sneaky 90-degree turn in there, and then we'll continue this way. Yeah. Oh, I think it's going to be just fine. So it's going to look like this from the front, and yet from behind we'll have a lovely 90-degree bend in it. Here we are, look. It's going to come out of this. It's coming up this way. Yeah. We made enough of a curve. We might. What? Look! Now you haven't been here all winter, have you?
Look.
What?
Grapes.
Are they grapes? Are they?
Yeah. One. Another one. Grapes.
Yeah.
Grapes.
Yeah.
Grapes.
Do you think so?
Grapes. Yeah, they're definitely grapes. Look at them.
Are they? They're not just flowers, or?
No, they're grapes.
There. Well, it's going mad. And some up there. Look. Wherever you see this.
It's grapes.
Ah.
So I've pulled it down a bit so it's not stuffed up there.
Give it some space. We need the line. It's a survivor where you give it a good old pruning back, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was going to die actually. It just seems to be just the tip of it that's growing now. But it's growing time, isn't it? It's growing to see how it grows and tries to grip stuff. It'll grip itself. Give it somewhere to grip. See how it grows. You've got to get it close enough so that give it something to hang on to. It'll hold itself up, but you've got to get it close to it. Are you happy now then? There's the garden. Oh, do you want the green? I'll take over the greenhouse. Can I have the greenhouse?
No.
Back. No. What?
So it went down me.
So, what? Can I have the greenhouse for my nuts and bolts?
No, can you help?
It's a nuisance, this greenhouse.
Get lost.
You don't really want it, dear. Don't worry. Be patient. Be lovely. Be fantastic. Have a whole road.
You did build it a little bit too soon, because I need it when I've retired.
It would
Some
be.
of us haven't retired.
It would be fantastic to have a wall of nuts and bolts here, and a wall of nuts and bolts there. It would be. Oops. Get electric in. Oh, we want another one of these, but ever so slightly longer. But we don't want to go down a thick one. See, that would be tempted, but and cut the end off. You can always do that. But we don't really want to do that, do we? We want to keep the smallness of it. That's where we got this from, down there. Let's look over here. There's a likely candidate here. And we're going to have to butcher both ends. All we have to do is cut that off there. And yeah, I think that's going to do, and it's not going too thick. What's that? Oh! That's ever so slightly longer. Oh, ever so slightly. No, maybe not. Won't do. Won't do. We want it something ever so slightly longer. We don't want a screw-in thing. That actually. Ooh. Actually, that might be the one. C6. C6. See if we've got a nut for it. A, B, C, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. It's down here somewhere. 6. Here they are. I think that's an imperial thread on that though. Let's go a little bit further. They're not these, are they? Yeah, it rained off, Bobby. Right. I think. Yeah. Yeah, we'll try them, I think. We'll try this. Hold on. We'll try one of these. Try and find a nut for that. I bet you that's an AF nut, I'd say. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're going to have to live with that. Question. You can always keep bolts on their own. You haven't got nuts for them all. And then to find nuts, do you keep nuts in a separate place separately, or do you keep them with ones that they belong? So all I simply did was go and nick one out of that set, nuts and bolts. At least you know they're there, don't you? Because I do have a problem keeping and all the nuts in one place. But all I simply do is go and find a jar of nuts and bolts the same sets like that and nick one out of that jar. But yeah, if I can, I keep nuts and bolts together, if I can. But sometimes you just simply can't. You haven't got enough of the right nuts. And then where do you keep the spare ones? So I do put them together when I can put them together, if I've got them. But sometimes I just haven't got them. And then where do you keep the nuts for them? Anyway, let's carry on. So, it's official. Bertie is here. We've put Bertie there. He's there for the summer anyway. He's hiding there, isn't he? He's hiding. But anyway, the gnomes are out. The gnomes are out of their winter keep. Yeah. We put Bertie there. We need another one now, don't we? Shh, don't tell Debbie. So, we've come a bit further forward. Make another strip to come along here now. And then come here and then decide again what to do. Just making sure, I thought, that was going to foul the door, but it's not. We've got plenty of room to mess about and transition from here to there next. Try and bring it in somehow. But I always like to do one step at a time. You know you're coming this way. You're going. You know you're going to go there or there somewhere. So let's concentrate on doing this next. Do is release the cap off. And press the little button under here. Because it's mounted on the door, it's not going to work. And it's never going to work. Because, okay, we've got the wires coming up through here. That's disappeared, okay. But the moment they open the door, and we can hide the cables, that's a good idea. Hide the cables. But you're always going to have this gap to jump where the door opens. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming now. Crumpets. Ooh. We're gonna have to hide the switch somewhere else. Either mount that somewhere else or just come up with a new idea. We're never gonna be able to. It'll either be showing here, it'll be showing in this gap here, which they'll be looking for. Even if we decide to come out the door and go back in the door or in the frame there, they're gonna see this. So probably the first thing they do is scan the door, right, cut that. I don't think this, that's not going to work, is it? That's not going to work because you're never going to be able to bridge this gap. Secretly, if you get what I mean. They'll always know something and back to the drawing board, I think. Back to the drawing board on the fuel filler pump. Yeah, it's never going to work because you're never going to bridge that gap. It would do as a good decoy though, because you know with fire, you know a fire, there's only three things in a fire, which is the fuel, the oxygen and the source of ignition. Take any one of those things out of a fire and you've no longer got a fire. Well, when you're fighting the crooks, you got to put a lock on, right? They can get around the lock, so you hide your lock. So you're fighting the equipment they're going to bring to break in. And the alarm is making a noise, but you've also got to sort of slow them down. So part of it is finding a way to slow them down. So the alarm sounds longer, they make more noise, they can't sneakily get in, that type of thing. So we might slightly continue with it and just finish it as a decoy. So whilst they're concentrating on following the wire, snipping the snip or whatever, it's just another couple of seconds that they're barking up the wrong tree, and meanwhile the alarm is screaming his head off, so they'll give up and run away. So I don't think it's a wasted exercise. It's all practice, innit? And it's all good fun, innit? So yeah, I think we'll turn this now into a decoy. Yeah. So that, you know, it's making a noise. It'll make them still making a noise. All right, cut that. It take them a while to find the wire. But yeah, it's not going to work. So, plan B. Woohoo! Yeah, plan B. We're in the garden centre looking for an idea. What can we turn into a secret switch? What can we hide? Hey? Down there, yeah. It's plastic stuff we want. Is this concrete? No, this is the concrete section, this is. We need the plastic section, don't we? Turn into a switch. What ideas would you come up with this? We could put it on a little plate, make contact. That's on, that's off type of thing, I suppose. Little copper plate at the bottom. That's on. So, just make the contact maybe. Little plastic mushroom. How can we turn that into a switch? Cut that there. That could be the top, that could be the bottom. We could, is it big enough to cut off and drill a hole in the inside, put the switch on the inside? Oh, that's an idea, isn't it? We could cut that off, bore a hole down the inside, put a switch inside there, bore a slightly bigger on there, make this like a lid. Should lift the lid off, operate the switch. Oh, that's an option maybe. Well, you could hide a switch in there, you could have a switch on the wall, you could put this as a cover. Cut his legs off, just put that as a cap on under a hidden switch. Oh, that might be an idea. Oh, plan B, shows your dangly thing. Plan B is turn this dangly thing into a simple cap for a switch, whether it be upwards or on top. We just have to put a switch into the surface, lift this up, you find the switch, put this down, you hide the switch. So keep it simple, stupid. Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. That's what they say, don't they? What are we going to do with you, my little dingly dangly friend?
Stegosaurus.
Is that what he is? I think, yeah, the wire won't work as a thing. You couldn't dangle it and hide the switch underneath. I think the legs have got to come off. The spring's got to come off. The cap, isn't it? So, do we put him that way on the wall, the cap, but water can get in this way slightly when it rains? Or do we just simply make a little shelf of some sort? And it would just be a cap. So the switch would be there, and you'd put this over the switch. And then if you wanted to pull it off, you'd turn the switch, you'd put it back on. So, yeah, just a cap over the switch. So let's try and keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. Today's mission is keep it simple, stupid. So I think it can either sit on top or it might hang off the wall, you know. Might just sit on the surface nicely, mightn't it? Sit there. Something like that. Looks on there quite nicely, doesn't it? I think. Well, let's have a look at these sort of switches, how deep they go in. Let's have a look at these. You can't beat the click of an old switch. They look nice, don't they? They'd be a nice switch. I wonder how we can mount them. We've got enough depth. Oh, that's got an on and an off, isn't it? Yeah, and we could switch that around. Off means on and on means off. We like. How are we gonna? Yeah. This, we just got to make a hole, haven't we? That'll sit in there nicely. That's going to make a lovely switch. Let's see how far we fit in there. We've got plenty of depth. We've got plenty of, wow, look at that. Plenty of depth for that to go on to. Yeah. I think we'll use one of these. Let's test one. There's no other, is there? That's a, yeah, no. We'll use one of these as a switch. And we'll hide it. Yeah, in some sort of bracket or something. Yeah. How are we going to make that get on the wall now? And because it's outside, we're going to sort of make it weatherproof, haven't we? Try and put some sort of durability into it. So let's deal with the first door first. But you could put another switch, hide it in plain sight. You could run it up this channel, look. Run it up the channel, stick it out there, make a hole, stick it out there. But you would put it behind, so you can't see it, really. You wouldn't see it much. You know, sometimes it's worth hiding them in plain sight. So it's there. You wouldn't really notice it. And all you'd have to do is put your finger up behind here and go switch on and switch off. Oh, that might be job number 2. Can we get it to slide up here and go up the hole and fit in there? Just about make it, maybe. Oh, that's a possibility. And then, because she's behind here, the wire can then go either through here or through any old hole, make its way to the back of this door. Yeah, sometimes things have to be hiding in plain sight and you don't see them, do you? But anyway, that's this door. Let's handle this door first. So, let's check out. I saw them the other day here. I saw them. There's the tub of random plastic wheels and type stuff. Yeah, I saw them. Aha, the tub of random brackets. Oh, that's what we're looking for. That would do. Holes to suit. Let's dig a little further, see what we find. So this in there would do the trick. It'd be better if it was in a box, wouldn't it? I think. Maybe. Let's get the same, but maybe in a box shape. Ooh, now that's interesting. Piece of scaffolding tube, the appropriate size washer. Put the switch in there and stick the scaffolding tube through the wall. Let's have a look at that. Oh, that's a possibility. Piece of scaffolding tube, get a washer, weld the washer on the head here, put the switch in there. You're through the wall at the same time, aren't we? We know we can make a hole with that. We could do that. Oh, how deep do you go before you can't fit this switch in? You'd fiddle it in though, wouldn't you? We're only going sort of a brick, aren't we? So drill a hole, put this in, come the other side, feed the switch through. Wouldn't take much to find the middle, and is that the middle? An insulated switch on there, some sort of protection so it doesn't touch, doesn't earth out or anything. Is that the middle? I don't think it is. We're gonna have to find out. Oh no, actually, yeah. If we weld a washer in there on the end, put this in there. So now we've got the switch. Drill a tight hole. We know we've got the size, exact size to go through the wall. The wiring and everything would go through there, wouldn't it? I wonder if this will fit inside the dinosaur. Let's go and check. So, what's the new plan? Drill a hole in the wall, put a scaffolding tube, a bit of a scaffolding tube in, get the switch, run the switch, wire the switch up, run the switch up here. We've even got a bit of room for a bit of insulation tape. Run the switch up here. So that's sticking out the wall slightly. Get a washer, centralize it, wash it, screw it on, stuff that in there so it ends up in the middle. So we've got a little switch on-off switch. Then get the dinosaur and just fit the dinosaur over the end of it. So the dinosaur will be on the wall like, ooh, yeah, because the wall will hold it up, won't it? Yeah, the wall will hold it up, and hang this on there, on the wall, so it looks like the dinosaur's climbing up the wall. I think we've got the solution to our problem. Yeah, the switch is in here, and obviously a washer will always be in the middle. Is that the middle? Is it going to fit? It's got a little bit of wiggle room. Is that switch in the middle of that? It isn't, is it? Is that switch going to be off center? Is it going to fit? That is the question. We're going to go to all this bother and discover that hole is slightly off center. Let's try it. Let's try it first. Anyway, I think we've got our answer. That's been cut off there. Let's find a cleaner tube, which was the original end. That's not. Yeah, you might struggle with that. Let's see if we find a washer first. See if we find a washer fit. I think there's a tab of odd washers here somewhere. Yeah. Let's have a look if we've scrounged one from something, saved one. That's looking good. We can drill a hole bigger, thick enough to weld. Oh, will it fit the scaffolding tube? Do you know what? I think we've cracked it. Drill that hole to the size of the switch. Put that on there. Let's see if we put it off center, we can, can't we? Put the switch in first, see where it fits. Weld that on. Cracked it. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to work. Let's go and find a clean piece of tube. Mind you, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's drill the hole and put the switch in, see what it looks like. They must see me coming. I'm a sucker for buying these drill sets on when you go to a show or a market or something. I love a man displaying, so let's see if they're as good as they say it is. Unused. Let's see if it'll, and of course it's reduced down to the drill. No problem. But we're all suckers for buying these sets of drills, aren't we? Let's see if it'll drill a hole in a washer. So, all you salesmen, In all these markets and shows, if this drill doesn't go through there, I'm never going to buy any tut off you ever again. Let's see if it's any good. We're on drill. Yeah, we're not on hammer. Oh. Hey, it's going. It's going. Ooh. I knew I should have given that an extra tap. Oh, it's less drilling its way through, more chewing its way through, but we don't care, do we? As long as it does the job. Right. Come on. Yeah. Seem to get through it. It hasn't done it much damage. Ooh. Might be worth buying again. So, it's not quite off centre, but it's not on centre. But it doesn't matter. Just make sure where it touches. Keep it away from there. As long as we know, and then bring it back slightly. We could weld it there, okay. The next question is, does this now fit over there? Do you know what? I think we found our solution. Simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. My new name is Keep It Simple, Stupid. Yeah. And we might melt the switch, we might not. I think probably best to weld this on slightly off centre first and then fiddle this in, I think. Because that's centre and it's touching, look. Contacts up there. Let's see what we can... Let's put that together, wrap it in insulation tape, because we've got enough just about to put a roll of insulation tape on, and just crank it up and see what it looks like. Yeah. Keep it simple, stupid. So here we are again. It's check out the switch time. Woohoo! So put that there. Put that there. Put that there. Nothing. Switch the switch. Yeah. Lovely. Switch the switch. Nothing. Switch the switch. Nothing. Switch the switch. And there's light. Woohoo! Find, I think, just a real small connection, because we don't want it sticking up and touching the inside of the scaffolding tube, do we? So I reckon that one. Is there a smaller one, do you think? No. It's gonna be... Is it that small? Where was it now? Where was it? Lost it. Oh, there's the one. Is that it? Still looks a bit big, doesn't it? Is there a smaller one somewhere? I think I've seen... There it is it? A smaller one. Let's give that a try. It's gonna have to be the blue ones, because the blue ones are slightly bigger down there, just slightly, than the red ones. Yeah, it's going to be the two blue ones that we need. Just wondering, how many connectors does one workshop need? Am I being a bit weird or something? I've got some more yet. Will I ever use this many connectors in one lifetime? Some more somewhere. There's a bit here. What do you think? Will I ever use so many connectors in one lifetime? So we're ready for a bit of a quick burn. I know this tells me where the switch is. So the narrow bit is going down there and there. I've put a bit of insulation so it doesn't rub the top there. There's a bit of play. If I tack that in there now, just come on this side away from that switch, and away from that switch is as far as I can be. Just tack it both sides. Hopefully it'll be enough. I've given this a good clean, I've given that a good clean. Won't take as much to get a connection. Hopefully it won't burn and destroy the switch inside. I don't know what to put in here. If I could put some sort of heat insulation or something. If I knew what to put in there, I mean, you put plastic or foam or something, it might just melt it. So for now, I'm hoping that we'll just about get away with it. We'll tack it here and we'll tack it there. We'll let it cool down so it doesn't retain its heat. And we'll tack it there, and hopefully that will be enough. Will be enough. But anyway, let's try that next then. Yeah, the top of the switch is there. So I'm going to keep away from that. Pull it down slightly. Put it in there. The wires are coming out the other end. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Whereas otherwise it's take the switch out, shove it back, put another switch in, because by that time this switch would have been killed or caught fire or something. For some 13 amp fuses. How many times do we buy 13 amp fuses and then we put them somewhere safe, never to be seen again? Who remembers? How old are these? We're going to have to bodge a wire across a fuse, aren't we? Which is 13 amp. It's 15 amp. You got 13 here. 30 amp.
No.
13 amp, 15, 30 amp.
You haven't got them.
Can we not? Bodge it
Plugged in there, I've just put them away.
in the towel. We've got to have bought 13 amp fuses somewhere.
They're not in there.
Put that in there. What was that original tin? What did that tin originally have in it?
Menthol sulfate.
Oh, you've never got a 13 amp fuse when you're looking for one, have you? And yet you must have bought dozens of them. A bit like 10mm spanners, aren't they? They're not in the sewing box.
No.
So anyway, have a look at the bottom drawer there, and we've got to have bought 13 amp fuses somewhere. Maybe said, oh, what about the thing when you chop the plug off? Oh, it's fatal, isn't it? You take the plug out of here, is it a 13 amp? And you won't put it back in, will you? And what'll happen is you'll plug this in, it doesn't work, and you'll throw it in the bin, won't you? So let's have a look if there's a fuse in here. Well then, did it work? Did it work? Ooh, let's have a look, see? No, right, throw the switch. It's still really hot, the switch is. Ooh, look, yeah. So, we can hold that there. We can throw the switch, which is, oh, look at that! Ooh, I might actually take the switch out now and replace it so that I can weld that more all the way around. But anyway, that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the new secret switch. Let's get Dinosaur in place and let me show you. Actually, I think I'll do that. Yeah, because I can always grind, and we've got the initial position of that washer now, haven't we? So I can grind and clean and re-weld and make that look nice, can't I? Yeah, and obviously I'll paint it. Drill a hole in the wall, stuff the tube through, put Danny the Dinosaur on it. Our new, let's put it the right way up, it's going to be like that in the wall, isn't it? It's still boiling hot. And that will just simply sit on top. And that's going to be, just wonder if the wind will blow it off. Time will tell, time will tell. But Yeah, I think, actually, yeah, I'm thinking now, does sort of, well, we want it to catch, because we don't want it to fall off, do we? But we'll stick that out, we'll drill a hole in the wall, in the brickwork, put that through, put that on there, just simply lay it there. We have now made a new secret switch, but I think I will take that out now, run it back, weld all this up because we've got the position of it, and then poke that back down again, down the length of this. We're bound to get it in through there, aren't we? Even tie a bit of string to this and then fiddle it out, and then tie the string again, fiddle it back in. Yeah, we'll do that. But that's all you're getting. And the secret switch is nearly done. So the next question is going to be, where are we going to place Danny the dinosaur? There's the secret lock. So we could maybe just put him here, couldn't we? Simple. Danny the dinosaur is going to be the secret switch. Let's see what it looks like the other side of the wall. But yeah. Keep it simple, stupid.